All right, what's up, everybody? Bad Gamer,
Oh, man.
popping back in. That's just how we do.
Maybe the only thing funnier than a false start intro is being able to hear the false start intro. It's a good intro. I liked it. I don't know if it really accomplished the goal of introducing everybody to the chat, but
hey, Cubo! Thanks for being here for even a second. We appreciate you. Awesome. Leighton! How's it going, baby? We love Leighton. Welcome to Faith and Film. I'm Bad Gamer Ready. That right there, that's David Keychain. And hey, Baba! Baba's one of my girls. Baba is from our Wichita Quake, right? Was it Wichita, Baba? I'm 93% sure it's Wichita. I'm almost positive. If it is Wichita, Cubo, thanks for the 100 biddies. Thank you. Because there's only 2 people on this planet that call me Facebook Mom. Only 2.
what is the story there?
I don't rightfully Faith and Film already. Yeah, it sure is, Fast Assassin. It sure is.
Fast Assassin, how you doing, man?
Yeah, it's Wednesday, and we're on regular schedules. So there's that.
Imagine that, dude.
Right? I like.
It's kind of weird.
It's a little weird. Like, okay, we're not rushing through the week right now. Oh, although I kind of still am, because of the Quake schedule, I get 2 days off in the week to make up for the days that I didn't get off. So 2 extra days. So not only do I get Saturday and Sunday, but I get Monday and Friday, which gives me 4-day weekends.
Nice.
Till
Sweet.
the middle of March.
Dang, that's nice.
Yeah. Fortnite's new update is so fun. What is it? So how much more busy are you going to be? Well, finally, this is the week for me to try to catch up on all the things that I've been missing out on, kind of. So, let's put it to you this way. On a regular Quake week, I would be off on Monday. So I wouldn't have Monday to do anything. I'd come in on Tuesday and have to reset up the studio because a lot of the stuff that's in the studio we take with us. And then reset up my desk so that I could work. That's half my day gone. Then meetings, and then also the Crossroads in the morning, and then on Tuesday, Faith and Film in the afternoon. So I have all of that to do on Tuesday. I don't even get to think on Tuesday. I come in on Wednesday, get Quake stuff done, some social media stuff for Quake. As you probably noticed, barely touched the socials for G3. If it's a podcast week, either do the interviews or record for the podcast and get that produced. Also, the long stream. So the Fun with Friends stream. And then if it was a Quake week, Thursday we'd be gone and Friday we'd be gone. So I'd have 2 days to get everything caught up.
Dang.
Now I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to do all my work. When can we see the Dell's Quake recap video? Small Genie, that was submitted to the social media team, and it is in the works. So there's that. So you're doing it next month. You might end up getting it tomorrow because this is the first Thursday that I'm actually going to be here to actually do stuff. So I have not forgotten you, Fast Assassin. I have other folks that I've reached out to, and they haven't gotten back to me about what they're looking for. So thank you for being one that got back to me. I love you, Lem, so much. Thanks, Assassin. I'm trying to keep up. It's not easy, you guys. Especially since God Games and Geekery is not the only thing that I do for this organization. It's been said I get to be the one that's out here with our community and our fam the most often. So take that, but also put all the other responsibilities in there too. So, yeah. I don't like this. I don't want to say that it's a one-man operation here because that's not necessarily true. But there's a lot of pressure on the one man to get it done. At Quake, I have more hands to help me out, which is great. So yeah. By the way, Lem, you made me laugh on the podcast about getting called Gardevoir. Was the pretty thing? Yes, Leighton was there for Gardevoir. We during the tournament we had at Life Fest last year, which was Pokken Tournament DX. Mm-hmm. We were making up names for all the Pokemon. Much to the chagrin of our one of our lead guys there who loves Pokemon. Absolutely. Like he is like I would say he rivals your knowledge and love of Pokemon, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So back in the day, so I used to go to a lot of like Pokemon tournaments.
Yeah.
For the games. I still have. That's one thing I really love about the Pokemon games is you could transfer your Pokemon to each generation.
Yeah.
So, I used to go to Pizza Hut because they're where they had the Pokemon tournaments.
Yes.
And I brought this Klefki team. There's a little keychain Pokemon. I actually have him right here. Here's a little keychain Pokemon.
Oh my gosh! Look at it! Look at it! Keychain! But Mom, I'm Keychain.
Mama, I'm Keychain. But yeah, I still have that Pokemon I took to tournaments. But so back in the day, they used to call the judges for those tournaments Pokemon professors.
Yeah.
But in order to be qualified for that, you also had to do the card game and the video game.
Right.
You had to be a judge for both. You couldn't be a judge for one or the other. So I got pretty deep into the like practice for that, and then I had one day where I was just like, I don't like this card game at all. Why am I trying so hard to be a judge for it? But I did almost become an official Pokemon professor.
Oh, that's awesome. Professor Keychain.
Professor Keychain.
Now we just
like
need
Nintendo, can you legally call yourself a doctor if you're not a doctor?
You can have like an honorary doctorate.
Yeah, but like I don't think Nintendo gets to give those out. I don't think Nintendo could just call people professors.
Well, here's the thing. I think that if it's a professor in the world of Pokemon, you can, yeah, because it's their world.
Yeah,
they can make up whatever rules they want on it. Hey, Junior, we haven't had any guesses yet. We've been squirreling. I'm surprised Leighton hasn't squirreled us yet.
I'm having a good time. I would also argue we never got on topic. So are we really off topic?
Yeah, we are not on topic. We never were on topic, so we're not off topic. No!
Yeah.
No, look at them! They are squirreling us hard! Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! All of you revoked access.
So that I may talk, squirrel.
All right. Wow. I don't even know where I want to go now. All right, so this week, Faith in Film, we watched the Peanuts movie. For those of you who don't know, the Peanuts, it's basically an old comic strip written by Charles M. Schulz, also known as That Charlie Brown comic strip. What's your history with Peanuts? Not the food.
Okay, so I didn't know that it was like, as a kid, I didn't know about the comic or that it was like a regular show. I didn't know that
really?
they had both, like, lots of episodes.
Yeah.
But every Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Valentine's Day, we would rent those from the library on VHS, pop those in there, rewind them, which is a thing you used to have to do.
Yeah, because nobody would rewind them from the library.
Yeah, so I just thought that they were like holiday mascots as a kid.
Oh, wow.
But I watched those like year in, year out, without fail.
All right.
Yeah. And then, okay, so Mo, my wife, does not have like a strong affinity to the Peanuts, except there is one scene where it's like a flashback episode, and you see baby Snoopy like lying down and sleeping in hay
with all his little brothers and sisters.
Yes, and there's an episode where there's a part where he's like all alone and he's curled up in the hay and he's sleeping. Yeah. And she saw that picture and it made her cry. And then she loved that picture so much she got a tattoo of it.
Oh,
so now she just has baby Snoopy like right here.
Oh, that's
hanging
so
out.
Cute. That's
isn't
totally
it?
Mo. That's so Mo. Oh my goodness. Hey, Ryan is here. My guess is he clicked start on the movie and then lost interest, put the DVD in the player and walked away. I have it digitally, sir. Good afternoon, Hobbit. How's it going? Cod, what's up, baby? Welcome back. All right, so let's take some guesses. For those of you who are new here for Faith in Film, we always wonder how far did Lem get into a movie? Because despite however many notes or thoughts I've got on it, sometimes I make it all the way through the movie. Okay, once I made it all the way through the movie. And sometimes I watch a Godzilla movie and never see Godzilla.
Gosh, I'm never gonna get over it, man.
So what we do is we ask you guys, how far do you think I got into it? And then we, whoever gets closest without going over, we get you a PC game. As soon as I possibly can. As soon as I possibly can. Junior said 30 minutes. Leighton says 37 minutes. People are new here for it. Well, welcome, right? Lem Believers Rise Up. An hour and 32. Right. Wait, 1 minute and 32 or an hour and 32? I don't think the movie is an hour 32, is it?
That's what Google says.
I have an hour and 28:06. So maybe that's maybe yours is including the credits, and what I saw does not.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
You get the point. You finished the movie. That's my guess.
Okay. All right. So
whole thing.
David has so much faith in me.
I just whenever we get into the guessing part, the chat fills with all these jokes at poor sweet Lem, who does so much for other people. And it makes me want to believe.
Frankie says 39 minutes. Fast Assassin, he means possibly. Assassin
54 minutes. 54 minutes is also a believer guess. I love that.
This is 54 minutes.
I
Do you
count
really wanna
anything
count
above 30 minutes
Okay.
as a believer guess.
Assassin, do you really want to go that high, bro? I'm gonna give you a chance to. I'm just gonna give you a chance.
Come on,
I mean,
believers.
you can believe all you want, and you could be right. You could be right, but I do want to give you the option. We're not giving David the
No,
option.
Fast Assassin, it's a misdirect. 23 minutes.
Lem works hard. No way he made it past 39 minutes. Frankie. All right.
Yeah.
Hobbit says 42. Hobbit is going the bomber route. Alex always says 42. Gavin says 59 minutes. All right, Tom. 16 minutes. Well, no, I don't. All right, Assassin changed his answer. I'm only giving him the one. It says 23.
Everybody above 30 minutes is in the believer squad, and I think that this is our week, fellas.
Wait, I went above 30 minutes for Aquaman, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You got to the
Octopus Drummer, man. Octopus Drummer. That's all I needed in that movie. I don't care what happened to the surface world.
I believe in Lem's ADHD. Yeah, that's totally fair.
I think that as
if every movie promised a post-credit scene with an octopus drummer, then Lem would finish all of these.
I finished Little Mermaid. Like it was in the
okay, maybe there's actually something to.
It was in the beginning.
Sea creatures playing animals.
I'm just playing. Yeah, I mean percussion. Cephalopods. I think that's what they are, right? Yeah, percussion cephalopods. All right. Do you want me to go first? Because I picked it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Let me pull up this real quick here. I got to pull up my Bible online. Because the first thing that hit me was the opening animation. And by the way, you guys, I do go chronologically. That in no way does that tell you how far I got in the movie. The opening animation. I have been a fan of the Peanuts since oh, hold on. There we go. Since probably I was like 8 years old. All right. Lem falling asleep in the middle of the movie and waking up at the end credits does not count as finishing a movie.
Oh yes, it does. It 100% counts. No doubt. That is. You can't take that away from the believers. That's hard earned.
All right. There's a lot of nostalgia for me. Junior, we're playing Rocket League because it was the last one, and then next week we come up with some new stuff. Just as a side note, I downloaded Apex Legends on my PC and on my PlayStation. I'm not saying we're going to be playing Apex Legends, but
it's on the list.
But it's available. As is Overwatch, because Overwatch was the first one out last week, so it comes back because it got the most votes. Until at one point where we just have all the games with the most votes at some point.
Yeah.
But nostalgia hit hard for me because it was very short, but that opening hand-drawn kind of not straight animation lines. His signature Charles Schultz. And I looked at what does the Bible have to say about nostalgia or looking back. And I came up with a lot of stuff. Some of it really harsh. Like it was a whole Lot's wife mention and all that stuff. And it took me to Luke 9, the book of Luke, chapter 9, and kind of at the end there, verse 59 on. It said, actually, I'll start with 57, just so you guys know. The topic is the cost of following Jesus. As they were walking along the road, a man said to him, "I will follow wherever you go." Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." He said to the man, "Follow me." But he replied, "Lord, let me go and bury my father." Now, to be honest, I have more, but to be honest, I don't know about the whole situation with this guy's dad. But apparently, he's dead. And Jesus said to him, "Let the dead bury their own dead, but you go and proclaim the kingdom of God." Still another said, "I will follow you, Lord, but first let me go back and say goodbye to my family." And Jesus replied, "No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God." That right there kind of hit me. The longing for the past. God, I honestly don't think Jesus is telling us to forget our past. Oh, I think we just lost David. Oh yeah, no worries, David. I don't think that Jesus is saying forget your past. And I'll let David back me up or call me out. But I do think he's saying do not dwell on it. Don't dwell on who you used to be or who people remember you as or any of that. Don't forget it, but don't dwell on it. So when you're in that moment, Fancy Gaming PC can't handle some video call. When you're in that moment of, well, I know that Jesus can't love me because of XYZ in my past. God doesn't care about me because I did this in my past. No. I believe that God uses our past to help us with those in their present. If that makes sense. Where you were is where someone else is. So, having a remembrance but not nostalgia, I think is a pretty big deal. All right. I will. I'll let David do his when he gets back. He probably had to restart everything. So, we will wait until David gets through 2 of his points. If you have not given your time yet, you can still give a time. Wait. Garinfinity. Is yours? Yeah, yours is 16. Got it. All right. So we'll give everybody else that time to do the thing. All right. And remember, must be present to win. Must be present to win. Now, still in that opening scene, I watch the song every day. Which song? The Better When I'm Dancing song? Fast Assassin? Better When I'm Dancing. Isn't that a Meghan Trainor song, I think? Yeah. All right. Okay, so. Oh. I'm a believer. Oh, the follow song. Oh, okay, cool. Rock on, man. All right. So my second point. It's again right after that opening animation with the hand drawing looking thing. The hand draw. Oh wait, hold on. David's back.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, I was about to move on to my second point, but I'll let you go to your first.
No, go for it. I only have one big point and a rant today. So
Okay, all right, sounds good. So that my second point. Then I saw Lem's face. Now I'm a believer. Woodstock, that's the name of the bird, for those who don't know, was flying. He was so excited about the snow. He's flying around, floating around, going between the snowflakes, and all of a sudden a big old clump of snow falls down on him and traps him. And he's still trying to fly around, but eventually he falls down. And he lands on Snoopy's nose. Again, I am still very early on in the movie. And that. Oh, hold on. I misspelled Isaiah.
It's a tricky one. Any word with 3 consecutive vowels is messed up. That should be illegal.
It's dumb because that was my best friend's name in elementary school. I should not have spelled that. All right.
Hawaii, yeah.
Yeah, that's another one. I forgot how to use my inhaler. That's not a great thing. You should probably remember how to do that. So he's dragged down. But he lands on Snoopy's nose. And he's there to support him, so he's not like covered in snow and suffocates or anything like that. Snoopy is there to wake up when he lands on the nose and uncover both of them, right? And Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Now, while Snoopy's right hand wasn't the one holding him up, it was that nose. When he was, you could see it in his eyes. I love the animation in this movie. Sometimes it's just the eyes.
Dude, it's so pretty.
Sometimes it's just the eyes. That told you he was so worried. He was distraught. He thought he was done. But when Snoopy woke up and saw him, and they saw each other, and they gave each other a big old freaking hug, that was the best. That was just, you knew that Snoopy was there to care for his little friend. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so before I keep going, I'm gonna let you do your one in the middle of mine, because I think we might not have a lot of time today. So
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. This starts with a story. So when I was a kid, I grew up going to church, and there was a big push. I don't know, maybe this still happens, but there was a big push when I was a kid to convince us kids that Bible characters were just as cool and interesting as like comic book characters, right?
Yeah.
So we had these like trading cards of oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the guy's name. Samson was like,
oh, yeah,
the chase card because he has superpowers. There's like a Moses card, like a Daniel card, and all of these figures that they tried really, really hard to convince us as kids that these people are the same as superheroes, right? Because they are also special and use their special abilities for good. But as I've grown older, I disagree with that idea a little bit, that these are like special people with these special abilities. When I read scripture, I don't see a lot of people born under a yellow sun who grew up in Kansas and saved the world. It's a lot of people who are just in the right place at the right time, and God uses them.
Yes.
Moses, nope, not Moses. Moses? Abraham? It's the one with the stick that turns into a snake.
Yes, that's Moses.
Moses, yes. Okay, I get them mixed up. Moses is not a public speaker when he gets called by God.
Nope.
He is not game with this whole idea of like being a leader, but God says, "No, you're my guy. You gotta do this. I'll make you good at speaking." But Moses wasn't just special. He wasn't just the person that had the special powers that made him the person that God wanted to use. God called him and made him special.
Yeah.
God put him in the situation, and he just did the right thing in that situation, right? And he allowed God to work through him. I think similar. Okay, like Joseph. There's a part of Joseph has like a whole crazy story.
Oh my gosh.
That anytime I talk about Joseph, it's hard to not give the whole context because the whole story is insane. But there is a part where he is basically asked to interpret someone's dream.
Right.
Now, at the time, that was viewed as a pagan practice. The people of Israel, the Jewish people, did not do dream interpretation.
It wasn't a thing.
It was viewed as like a very secular, a very pagan thing.
Right.
But Joseph was just like, no, I think God can do that. I wanna do that. He was just in the right place.
Yeah.
And chose to let God work through him. Right? Time and time again, that is what I see in the Bible. I don't see a lot of superheroes. I see a lot of people who choose to let God work through them when they're called on.
Yeah.
Right? And then okay, here's like the big I'll talk about in the movie, there is a point where everybody thinks that they had it wrong the whole time, and Charlie Brown is actually super special.
Right.
Because it turns out he's a genius, and now he's valuable. He's good now. We like Charlie Brown now.
Right.
The character is defined by he's not very good. He's super unlucky, and nobody really likes him that much. Well, he has value now because he's special, so now we all like him. And then that goes away immediately after they find out he's not actually a super genius. And all of a sudden, his value's gone down again, right? So all the people around him have assigned how much value Charlie Brown has with how smart he is, how special he is, right? But I think the coolest things that Charlie Brown does, the kindest things that Charlie Brown does, are the things that he just does because he's in the right place at the right time. I think about the talent show, right? He's done all this preparation to do his magic show, and then he just sees that his sister needs help.
Yeah.
And he chooses to help her instead.
Let's be a cat.
I think that is way more special than doing really well on a test.
Like Marcy at the dance.
Marcy at the dance.
It was simple. Hey, let me help you with the fruit bowl.
Yep.
Not
He
fruit bowl,
just.
punch bowl.
I think the things that make Charlie Brown special is when he just sees a situation and he chooses, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll just do the right thing because that's good. Nothing actually changed when people put a label on him that said he's special. The only time that actual change happens is just when a circumstance comes up and he chose to do the right thing. And I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's I concur. I'm a few years older than David. And,
Allegedly. I don't know if I've told Stream this yet. I don't know. Have I told Stream about my theory?
I would love for you to tell this shit. Do you want to make that your second keychain rant?
Yes, I can do that. Yeah.
Do you want to do it now?
No, I'll do that later.
Okay. All right. Happy, what's up? Okay. So, Happy, this is the last time we're gonna be taking a number for how far I got in the movie. Well, we'll take your number right now. I don't know. Ryan, did you give a number? I missed Ryan if you gave a number.
I'm still not a public speaker. Oh, yeah. No, I'd love for God to just make me a good public speaker. That'd be awesome.
All right. So you two can. I'm gonna do my next deal, but Sir Hatbay and Ryan can do the thing. My number didn't even get to the opening credits. I think I was a minute in. Ryan, 1 minute. All right. Yeah. Twitch has changed how they're doing their ads, and we still haven't figured it all out. Like, once we figured it out, they changed how they're doing their ads. Like, yep. I literally had it figured out for like a week, and then they changed
that's how it goes.
Can you baptize your own self? I think the purpose of baptism is to publicly proclaim your belief in Christ as your Savior. So there would have to be at least one other person there for you to publicly proclaim that. And if they, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that, like, it's an outward sign of an inward reality, right? So you have made an internal decision, and you want to make an external sort of demonstration of that decision, right? So, I have done some unconventional baptisms in bathtubs. But
kiddie
I would
pools
say
at the festival.
I would say I can. It's one of those things you can come up with like a perfect scenario where it's like the only option, and I think that like that still counts. But I think more than 99% of people probably would have the best experience doing it with people.
Yeah,
right?
It's part of being in a community or a fellowship. It's like, I can do pizza and wings by myself, but it's so much better when my buds are around.
Yeah.
You know, I can play.
And it's not like it's not like a magic spell. It's not like you have to solve. You have to figure out these exact little check boxes to make it to make the magic work. But it's about the heart of it, right? It's the spirit of it. And I think that it's hard for me to think of a situation where it would have the same sort of symbolic meaning if you're doing it alone, you know?
Yeah. It's definitely about the symbolism.
Yeah.
And what that means. All right. Where do I want to go? All right. Okay, I'll go with this one. Here, let me pull up my Bible verse. Funny enough, also in Isaiah. Isaiah 60. Hold on for a second, you guys. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Pull it up because I write too big for me to have all these notes. So I wrote down where I could find the verse so I could look it up. Okay. So, my stuff's still in the early part of this movie. We're discussing stuff like over halfway through, and all my stuff is in the beginning. Isaiah. Well, okay. So everybody woke up. They thought, "Oh, I'm gonna have to get ready for school." But everybody woke up with some sort of joy. I mean, okay, well, maybe not Linus, but most everybody else, because his sister came in and spat on his joy.
There's still a begrudging joy to being annoyed by your siblings.
Yeah, but Lucy got joy out of waking him up, so there's that.
Hey, that's true. There's joy happening.
There's joy happening in that instance. And it just reminded me, Isaiah chapter 60, the book of Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Bro, I wake up and God's like, what's up? I'm so glad you're awake. Yay, let's go. That's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
God is excited that I'm awake and that to see the day that he made for me. Like, yo, that's like, okay, you guys ever wake up and somebody has made you breakfast and they're excited because they made you breakfast? Like, I made pancakes. Let's go have pancakes. Right? God is like, I made a day. I made a day. Let's go check it out. And what that looks like for everyone is different. How? Actually, no. Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to go over to Ryan's house and make him some pancakes in the morning. It just reminds me that my day, my joy, it might come from something different. Right? The start of my day, the start of my life, the start of my walk with Christ even is going to be different than somebody else's. And they could be so excited that they found Christ while they were doing accounting. And I'm like, I'm so glad you found Christ, but accounting? Accounting? Right? But somebody could look at me, wakes me up well before you even think about waking up. But somebody could say the same thing for me, where I found Christ in this movie. I found the words of God through this movie, and I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
I know that there are people that look at us when we say we're doing Faith and Film and we're watching a movie. We're watching the Peanuts movie.
Yeah.
They're like, that's ridiculous. How are you going to get anything in your faith from the Peanuts movie? Go read a book.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get the lessons like you will out of a book.
Yeah. That's one of those things about my tattoo is like, okay, worst case scenario for me is when people ask about why I got this tattoo and I don't have time for like a full explanation. So all I can say is like, oh, they're like, orcas are how I found God. But like that, I don't have time to explain what I mean by that. That's
third
just
keychain rant
you
today.
just gotta trust me.
I need to hear that story. Oh man, how are we doing on time? All right, we've got 3 keychain rants. I'm gonna leave. I have more, but I need to know A, what's the keychain rant for this movie? B, you can talk about yours about me and my age. And C, I gotta know the orca story.
Okay.
I've never heard it.
So, okay. Let me start with talking about the Peanuts movie. Listen, I think it's messed up that they don't let Snoopy go to school. Like That's a core thing at the start of the movie is like Snoopy just wants to go to school. And it's not like he's trying to go into the school to do mischief. He wants to learn. He like takes a book from one of the students and is just like flipping through and tries to walk in and they're like, no
Grabs
dogs.
Franklin.
And they take away the book.
Grabs Franklin's book, man.
Yeah, he grabs Franklin's book. And then when they don't let him go to school, he finds a typewriter and figures out how to write on his own.
On his own.
Snoopy is as intelligent as any of those kids. Actually, I would argue more intelligent because, like, listen, all I'm saying is that I think Snoopy could have written that book report that Charlie Brown writes.
Yeah.
I don't think Charlie Brown could write the story of the Flying Ace.
No.
He is, because Snoopy is way more. That dude's a fighter pilot. He's an ace fighter pilot. That means at least 5 confirmed kills. Like, he's a talented individual. So the fact that they don't let him go to school is strictly discrimination because he's a dog. I think that's messed up.
Yeah. Dang it, Charles
so-
Schultz. That's on you.
No, I don't think it. Like, I think Charles Schultz would have let him go to school. I think that when he went and saw the movie, he was like, they don't get it at all. And he got so mad. He was like, it's such a faithful interpretation. Except I would have let him go to school.
Charles Schultz never let him go to school.
No, I believe. I choose to believe. Let me have this one.
It's a 30-minute scenario. Okay, all right.
Okay. So here's my conspiracy theory.
Okay.
All you friends in chat, listen and listened well. So when I started working with Lem offhandedly one time mentioned that he has kids. I was like, oh, cool. How old are they? And he's like, yeah, they're like adult people. I was like, oh, no, that's not true.
They're adult people.
Like, how old are they actually? And he goes like, no, yeah, for real. And I was like, I don't think that's true. So I developed this theory that Lem is pretending to be old because he does not look old.
Why would I pretend to be old?
Well, at this point, I think it's because I'm so convinced that now I think at this point you're just too deep into the lie. Okay. So I came up with this theory, and then the next week he hired some actors to take some photos and pretend to be his adult children. And then also to this point, I had still never seen Lem without a hat on, and I still can count on my hand how many times I've seen Lem without a hat on. But I believe he started just before like calls with me. I think he started using like costume dye, like give it just a little bit of salt and pepper there, just to further this. I think he's like 35 max, and at this point he's too deep into the lie to like. He doesn't know how to get out, but that's my theory.
Lem is pretty old. That's Frankie. Hold on.
Frankie, I didn't know you're in on it.
Yeah, Lem is pretty old. Even I was tricked when he wore the beanie. I've known Frankie for, I want to say, at least 4 to 5 years now. Yeah, I met Frankie at a Quake in the Dells.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's a roadie. Lem, you can retire early. That's why you pretend to be old.
Okay, that's actually an excellent...
Ryan's got this, Dad. He's like, I look older. Lem is older. Do the children have their own children? Is Lem a grandpa? Lem is not a grandpa yet. The ones that could possibly be interested in having children, I said, take your time. Because I told him, if you're ready to have my dad as your kid's grandpa, bring it on. But I don't think you're ready for that. Because I'm still working through how not to be exactly my dad. My wife thinks I'm failing. So
But yeah, so that's the theory. I think that and at this point he's just too deep into he's too far down the rabbit hole. Okay, the orca story though.
yeah.
So I mentioned I grew up going to church. But around the age of 7, I started getting into. I spent a lot of time on the internet, and my parents did everything they could to try and like police what I was getting up to. But you know, this is the early 2000s. They only had so much know-how, right? So just developed some really nasty habits, some pretty evil stuff, and eventually got a little bit older and kind of realized that as much as I liked going to church because it was fun and the people were cool, I couldn't keep doing what I was doing and also be a Christian. And I wasn't ready to give up that stuff yet. So I just didn't. I decided I just won't be a Christian then because I'm not willing to give up this other stuff I've got going on. I think there's a lot of people I know who have kind of a similar story, but for me it was just a very like conscious decision, where for a lot of people it's more of a subconscious thing. Eventually, kept going with those habits until high school, and those habits started to catch up to me a little bit. Started to have like real consequences, and I kind of realized like, hey, maybe this idea that the universe is empty and meaningless, maybe that also has some consequences. Maybe that has some impact on how I live my life. Because here's the other thing. I would tell you I was a nihilist. I would tell you I didn't believe in anything. But something kept me going. So I clearly didn't really not believe in anything. I just wanted everybody to think I did, because then there's no accountability, right? So I started looking around, and and my first thing was, I was like, I just need to find anything that seems good, like is actually just good and not something that I could explain away in my head. And I found orcas, who are an apex predator in every ocean in the world. They're amazing killing machines. You ever seen them tip over an iceberg to get a seal off of it?
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're insane.
Yeah. They want something. They're going to find a way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But they have never killed a human in the wild. In fact, in ancient Greece, it was illegal to kill orcas and dolphins, because they would save shipwrecked sailors. So they wouldn't. Yeah, and they still do that. They will go and they figured out that humans can't breathe underwater, so they'll act as little flotation devices for us.
Oh wow!
Isn't that crazy? But yeah, so now I don't know that I would put such a strong claim to say these are objectively good creatures.
Yeah.
But it was enough to give me. It gave me enough hope to keep searching, to find greater meaning in the universe, right? And I ended up finding God. I was kind of upset because I didn't really want to end up back where I started, but I did. But yeah,
it's funny how sometimes getting back where you started is a great way to start over.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, absolutely. Why I believe in God. I simply can't believe everything in life and everything around is just a coincidence. And that's what I wanted to convince myself of, right? Is I wanted to believe that that's true, because if that's true, then I could just live for me. There's nobody else. There's no greater calling in life if it's all just random and coincidence. So you can't actually do evil if everything's random. Right.
And that idea was appealing to me because then I didn't need to grow. I didn't need to be a better person. I could just accept those things about myself.
Yeah, I firmly believe that I would not be here, like where I am, if everything is coincidence. Because if everything's coincidence, there is still there's still technically a causality. If one thing happens because of that coincidence, another thing is going to happen. And that leads us to statistics. Statistically, I should have been dead a long time ago. A long time ago. Not because, I was some kind of bad to the bone guy or anything like that. I was just in some stupid situations. I traveled with a circus, bro. I did aerial act stuff. Just all kinds of situations, all kinds of things. I should have been dead. I was born a yellow baby and lived. Oh man, that's right. Frankie, I was also a preemie back before preemies should have been living. like now, like even my oldest, she was born 10 weeks early, and we had people that had babies that were born later than her that did not survive. That were in the NICU. So yeah, I really think that, and oh man, I'm so glad Frankie is a yellow baby survivor. I love Frankie so much. Okay,
maybe NICU babies just make cool people. I was a NICU baby.
Yeah, hey, there it is. I was
lazy. I refused to breathe on my own for the first couple days.
Look, I was doing fine where I was, Mom. Don't you know who I am?
I was swimming around. Somebody else was breathing for me. It was great. You want me to do that for myself? Goodness.
You know who I am? I'm Keychain, Mama. I don't need to breathe for myself. All right. All right, you guys. So I know what you guys are waiting for. You're like, who won? Who got the thing? Who got the numbers? Well, Junior came in at 30 minutes. Leighton came in at 37 minutes. David said 1 hour and 28 minutes. I'm going with my number. Frankie came in at 39 minutes.
Believer gang.
Gang. Assassin changed from 54 to 23.
Traitor.
Hobbit came in at 42. 42, man. Yeah. Tom came in at 16 minutes, and Ryan says 1 minute. And Hobbit, are you still here? Because we did implement winner must be present to win. Hobbit is still here. 42 minutes was the closest. Assassin, you were so close, but you would have went over. 53 minutes and 31 seconds.
This is a huge win to the Believers. I will fully take credit for this one.
Hobbit, make sure you write me a whisper so that I can remember to follow up. All right? Ask Assassin about that. Is Star Wars a good thing to watch? Star Wars is always a good thing to watch. Yes, Assassin. Yes, you are. Oh. Nice.
That's my vote.
All right. Lem said 1 minute. I said, you pulled up the movie and said, nah, I'm going to play a video game instead. We actually did Star Wars already. We did the first episode 4. But we are going to let David choose this next week's
Well, one, I picked Peanuts, and two,
Did
I'm
you?
not gonna be here next week. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah, because I hadn't seen it before and I wanted to.
okay. I picked this week then, for next week. Let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. David,
Lem?
we're gonna do. Which one do I do? David, 3 or 4? Pick a number.
4.
3 or 4. We're gonna do Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Sweet. Oh, I like Prisoner of Azkaban. No, Goblet of Fire. I already know the keychain ran. Oh, I'm so ready. Ooh,
But you're not gonna be here next week, bro.
Okay.
Do you
I
want
have
me
the whole week off next week. I might take a couple hours off of my week off.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I really want to do it. That sounds so sick.
Okay. Goblet of Fire next week, you guys. Tomorrow we are doing some Rocket League. Leighton is going to be setting up some private matches for us for Rocket League. No biblical references in that Narnia book movie at all. Ryan. I think that's one reason why we also didn't do any more of the Lord of the Rings ones. We were like, this is too easy. This is too easy. All right, you guys. Next week is Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Oh, I love the Potter series. Goblet of Fire and Prisoner of Azkaban are two of my favorites.
Yeah. I really like actually the later books for me are just a little too long.
Yeah. So like the 5, 6, and 7?
Yeah. Cuz they're all still really like there's no bad Harry Potter book,
Right.
but like I have real bad ADD and there's I think you could cut down Order of the Phoenix to be my favorite Harry Potter book.
Yeah.
Order
of the Phoenix
but it's
book
so
was
long,
amazing.
dude. It's really, really good.
Amazing. Okay.
It's just
Deathly
long.
Hallows, the books, went into so much in lore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's why they were so long.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying too. Is like,
Do we do it?
like
Do we
they're
do a book
definitely
club?
not bad, and they're really great.
Do we do a
But bro,
a Discord book club where you just comment on stuff?
ooh,
Like
that'd be cool.
there's no very little rhyme or reason, but we choose a book, and if you read it, great, you can talk about stuff. But
Dude, I feel like the problem with book clubs though is they fall apart so easy, and I think that like having less structure would make it harder to keep it going.
Or would it be easier because you could just say whatever you want about it at any point? Like this month, all your comments about how Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban from like March 1st to March 31st, just spout your comments. How does it relate to our faith?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, and it
That'd be
doesn't,
really cool.
just spout your comments. It doesn't have to be at a certain time. It doesn't have to be a certain day. And then we have that compiled. And then sometime in the month on the show, we just go through some of our favorite points that people made.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great idea. I have an Audible credit just sitting there waiting.
All right, we'll work it out, you guys. We'll work it out. We'll work out the details. But yeah, that's Faith in Film in the books. I didn't get so much out of Nier Automata, but it would hit hard enough unless you played the all 5 endings. Well, we should start thinking about games too.
Dude, I have pitched to Jamie, my boss, some permutation of a like book club where I get to make my friends play Mass Effect for like so long. I want to make people play Mass Effect so bad.
Which one?
That's a complicated question, man.
I'm not playing the first one. I'm not playing the first one.
I know. Okay, here's the thing. The problem is, the answer is number 2. But the problem is, what's cool about Mass Effect is that the decisions you make in the first like 30 minutes of Mass Effect impact the entire series. Like, the decisions you make in Mass Effect 1 affect what happens the rest of the series.
Can't you just, in Mass Effect 2, just make the quick decisions real quick before you start?
Yeah, you can, but like, that's not nearly as cool as like, I worked so hard to build these relationships and they remember what I was talking to them about.
Ryan says Andromeda. Did something fly past my head just now? All right, we have so many ideas, you guys. And if you have ideas for content we could do here on this channel and on our YouTube, we need to start doing stuff on the YouTube. What if we take some of this stuff that we're talking about now and you and I record it separately?
That'd be great.
And we just start doing stuff on YouTube.
That'd be great.
More conversations offline with Lem and David.
Hey, Darth Kryptonite, you're just in time. We're just about to start.
Yeah, we're about to start, bro. Glad you can make it.
Start the outro, that is.
All right. Well, I had people in Wisconsin Dell saying you need to do more with your YouTube. We might have just come up with some things. If you've got ideas for our YouTube, throw them in the Discord. And if you're like, Lem, I don't know how to get to your Discord. Well, it's so easy. It's super easy because like it's right there. Go to the Discord. You can put it in the after stream chat or something like that. I'm expecting a whisper from a certain someone soon. I hope they get back to you, Fast Assassin. All right, everybody. Hey, remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. So does that guy. I know you're talking about me.
That's true. I do.
And always leave people better than you found them. Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye, David.
So long.
Hey, David, it says starting
Adios.
soon. It doesn't say ending or offline. I don't know why.
Au revoir.
There's the ending
Starting soon.
It's
Ending soon.
It's ending soon. Look, we're offline now. We're offline.